After Prince Albert's sudden death in 1861, Queen Victoria transformed her bedroom into a mausoleum of grief. She ordered Albert's clothes laid out every day as if he would return. His shaving kit was untouched. His side of the bed never slept in again. For over 40 years, she lived in mourning. Staff were instructed to speak only in whispers. Her bedroom became a shrine to loss, black lace veils draping the windows, thick velvet curtains closed year-round. Even after her own death, the room remained sealed for years, a place where time stood still. The heart of the empire beat in silence. Behind the grand facade of Hampton Court Palace lies a tale few dare repeat. They say Anne Boleyn's ghost whispers through the walls of the Queen's bedroom, where she once dreamed of being England's most powerful woman before the axe fell. Night guards report unexplained candle flickers and sudden chills. One even claimed to hear the soft sound of weeping near the fireplace, but no one was there. Whether superstition or spectral truth, the room remains unsettling. It's said if you listen closely near the wainscoting after midnight, her final prayer can still be heard. During his bouts of madness, King George III was confined to a private bedroom in Windsor Castle. The walls were padded, windows locked. Servants watched from hidden peepholes. No public ever saw this room. Here the king raved to paintings, shouted into mirrors, and spoke to imaginary ministers. Diaries from palace staff were destroyed, except one. A chambermaid wrote that he once believed his pillow was the Archbishop of Canterbury. This room, now bricked up, remains off-limits even to palace tours, as if the crown itself wants to forget what happened within. In 1688, Queen Mary of Modena gave birth in a secretive, candlelit royal bedroom. But whispers soon spread. It wasn't her child at all. Rumors said a baby had been smuggled into the bed in a warming pan to ensure a Catholic heir to the throne. This warming pan baby scandal spiraled into chaos, and many nobles declared the child illegitimate. It triggered the Glorious Revolution. The bedroom where the birth happened, now part of St. James's Palace, was stripped of its royal linens and left unoccupied for years. One bed, one rumor, one kingdom in revolt. Known as the Playboy Prince, Edward VII had a secret room at Marlborough House, covered wall to wall in red silk. It was rumored to be soundproofed. Inside, he hosted lavish, scandalous parties with actresses and aristocrats, far from the eyes of Queen Victoria. The Prince of Wales even had custom-made furniture designed for erotic encounters. Some pieces now rest quietly in private royal storage. The silk room was destroyed after his death, but the floorboards were said to still echo laughter when the wind hit just right. Royal pleasure wrapped in velvet shadows. Elizabeth I was never without her embroidered pillow, crafted with Latin phrases like semper idem, meaning always the same. She slept beside it, sat upon it during meetings, and even had a copy brought to court sessions. It was more than cloth. It was a symbol of her solitude. Her bedroom, lined with rare tapestries, was the only place she let down her mask. Servants were called hearing her cry behind the curtains, whispering, "I may have the heart of a king, but I am still a woman alone." That pillow now rests in the royal collection, its secrets stitched in silence. Catherine of Braganza, wife of Charles II, had a superstition. She believed if she prepared for death, it would never come. So she had a mahogany coffin placed beside her bed. Every night she touched it, whispered a prayer, and slept in its shadow. Visitors found the room deeply unsettling, but to Catherine it was peace. After Charles' death, she spent her final years in Portugal, yet her English bedroom was preserved, coffin and all, for decades. It is said no monarch entered it again. Some beds cradled dreams, hers cradled fate. Known for her fiery personality, Princess Margaret once accidentally set her own bed on fire at Kensington Palace. Smoking in bed after a long night, she dozed off. Flames caught her sheets, but rather than panic, she calmly rang for staff and returned to her bath. A servant once said, "She didn't fear fire, she was fire." The charred bed was replaced discreetly and the story hidden for years, but palace workers still whisper about it, and the blackened mark on the wall remains, a smudge of royal rebellion scorched in silk. King George IV believed moonlight stole a man's soul. In his Brighton pavilion bedroom, all windows were sealed with thick velvet. No servant could enter unless every shaft of moonlight was covered. He even had a special nightcap laced with opium to ward off lunar madness. Once, during a lunar eclipse, he hid beneath his bed, claiming the moon was eyeing the crown. Historians mock the tale, but the velvet curtains remain in storage, along with the king's tattered nightcap stitched with stars and fear. One bedroom in Clarence House is considered cursed. Every royal couple assigned to it failed to produce an heir. Queen Elizabeth and Prince Philip refused to stay there. When Charles and Diana tried to conceive, the room was avoided. Staff claim the fireplace crackles oddly, as if sighing. No one knows who first declared it cursed, but one Queen Mother's maid whispered, "The walls listen, and they choose who will beget." The room remains locked, the portrait over the bed still turned to face the wall.